Hey, friends and neighbors, it's John Rich, and you're watching California Stories with Big and Rich. So there was this other time we went to California, Kenny. We wrote this song called You're My Great Escape. And it sounds like, an old classic, kind of Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson kind of a song. And our
Funny
good buddy,
you mentioned Merle Haggard.
Right, our good buddy Freddie Powers, who passed away recently, was one of the great jazz guitarists and wrote all these hit songs.
Many hits with Merle Haggard.
With Merle Haggard.
And Freddie was recording a new record.
Right.
And he wanted to record this song that John and I had written.
And what town in California
Great
was
Escape.
it?
Redding,
California.
Redding, California. Up near Lake Shasta.
Right. And it
Near
was
Lake
Merle
Shasta.
Haggard's recording studio on Merle Haggard's kind of ranch that he's got out there. So I remember we still hadn't hit it big yet or anything, and we put our credit cards together because it's hard to get from Nashville to Redding. You got to fly to two different cities, and anyway, it's kind of hard. But we're like, whatever, it's an adventure. We're gonna go out there and see Merle Haggard's studio.
Are you kidding? We're gonna go to Merle Haggard's place and record with Freddie Powers.
I remember in that van or whatever it was, we're pulling up the hill. You go through Merle Haggard's kind of gate, and you go up the hill, and you see this giant house, and the weeds are growing up all around it. I mean, a big house. We go, what's that house? And they go, oh, that house, that's the house Merle lived in with his first wife. We went, he still owns it. He goes, yeah, he couldn't bear to get rid of it. We went, well, that's interesting. We keep going up the hill, and there's another giant house, even bigger, grown up again. We go, what's that house? And they go, well, that's the house he had with his second wife. Couldn't bear to get rid of that one either. By the way, that's where y'all are staying tonight. We went, and that, he went, yeah, the electricity still works, but, that's about it. We stayed there all night, got up the next morning, and Merle Haggard's his band was going to back up Freddie Powers on the recording for Great Escape. Well, his bass player was having some, let's say, medical issues that morning. He was sick. And he couldn't make it, and they thought, oh no,
what are we gonna do?
The session's not going to happen. And Merle Haggard's standing out there, and he's smoking a big pipe, and he's looking around. Anybody play a bass around here? Well, in my former life, I was the bass player in Lone Star. I said, Merle, I can play a bass. I played in Lone Star for a while. He goes, all right, somebody hand him the bass. Let's get on in there. And I went, holy cow. So his band's called The Strangers. So I always say I got to be a stranger for a night, with those guys. We went in there, laid the track to Great Escape. Freddie sang on it, and we went back home. And it's still to this day almost unbelievable that happened.
Beautiful track.
Awesome California experience. And here's to Freddie Powers and the great Merle Haggard.
Amen.
We miss him. God bless him.
She's in love with California, breaking my